Blessed love, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to first part in a series of videos that we're going to be presenting to you under the title of Truth to Life, where we're going to be discussing topics such as natural versus nurtured, science, spirituality, truth versus falsehood, but I believe above all we're going to be focusing on the self and improvement of the self. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my bona fide brethren. I like to call him SD. Alright, so without any further ado, SD. I want to say hello to everyone. I'm SD. As I was introduced by my bona fide, we are here to spread the word of love, spread the word of spirituality, spread the word of togetherness, spread the word to build. Right? Our calling from the Almighty, the utmost one, is to teach and to help each brother, each sister, whether it be white, black, brown, green, to build themselves within. And the only way to do that is spirituality. Our foundation is love. Our foundation is spiritual. Our foundation is mental. Because these are the only things that live forever. Our physical is not unlimited. It's limited at time, it will die. So we are not focusing on skin. We are focusing on spirit. We are focusing on mind. We are focusing on one. Right? You can get us on YouTube, Facebook. The name of our topics is under one base heading, which is Truth to Life. Remember that? Truth to Life. I must say openly, we not belong to any religion, whether it be Muslim, Christianity, Hindu, Buddha, because I honestly believe that religion brings division, right? We wouldn't be dealing with one book. Matter of fact, we'll be dealing with all books, right? Because in all books, I believe that we could find some part of wisdom, right? Someone, some person, some prophet, some wise person wrote something and we could learn from it, whether it be a poem, whether it be the Bible, whether it be the Gita, whether it be the Quran, we could learn something from it. Right? This evening I would like to start off with self. In order for you to learn what we are speaking about, the first thing that you have to learn is yourself. Right? The first thing you gotta do is be spiritual. Spiritual is the least thing that we as people concentrate on. Spiritual is the least process that we concentrate on. Spiritual is the least importance that our people concentrate on. And the reason why this is least is because this is the way of life. The system made it that we are faced with other, as we may put it, mentally importance, which is paying bills, going to work, going to the party, and sometimes you ask yourself this: you may leave your phone home and run back home to get that phone because it is important. They become a way of life. How much of us has ever forgot to pray or forget to spend time with the Almighty and run back to do that? Because it is important. So our segment is to teach our brothers, teach our sisters, teach our leaders, because we are servants, to be spiritual. And as we go along from topic to topic to topic, we'll have guests, we'll have different people sharing their views. Not everybody will agree, But this is the only way that we will learn. Right? We'll have call-ins, we'll have text messages. Anyhow you want to reach us, you could. Right? And before I start, our number right now to reach us is 731-277-7191. Right? Truth to Life. 731-277-7191. Okay. My first topic that I'm going to start with is spirituality. And I was once asked a question that, who is God? You know, I was once asked a question that, is there one God? And those are easy questions for me, because of my gift that I was given by God. My answer to that person is this: God is in us, and we are God. Because when you look in a mirror, what do you see? And the smartest kid in the class raised his hand first and he said he sees himself. I said, but how is that yourself? He said, because that's my image. When I move my hand, the image move. When I turn left, the image turn left. I said, okay then. So therefore, the image is you. He said, yes. God make man in his own image. Right? God make man in his own image. So therefore, we are God. We build that body of God. Right? We are God. We don't have to look for him. We don't have to pray to an idol. You know, we pray to God through ourselves, God being the utmost being, and we being that God, because we are made exactly in his own image. Now what society tried to guide us and tell us is that we need to go in the church, we need to go and see a priest, we need to pay this, we need to pay that. But the only thing we need to do is pay respect. Right? Not even fear, because the spirit of fear is not even from God. Right? Fear is what the system have us as slaves. Fear is where the system have us always depending on the system, because we fear to lose our homes, we fear to die, we are fearing to fail in school, we are feared to don't look good in front of our friends, we are fearful in many other things. Fear is one of the most decisive words that people have that will turn them away from being one. And when I say one, I mean one with yourself. Right? One with yourself. I ask the question again. What make man? What make a human? What are the components that makes a human? And everybody stopped and they listened to me. But the only components that make the human being alive is three things: your spirit, your mind, and your body. Right? Your spirit, your mind, and your body. Now remember, we are the image of God. And there are three components that make up God. Right? Which is the head, which is the physical, and which is the spirit. We cannot live without our spirit. We cannot live without our mental, and we cannot live without our physical. Live meaning as an earthling. Now, our mental is the one that is in charge. Our mental keep our physical and our spiritual together. What society does by advertisement, by peer pressure, by however way they choose, is to keep us away from our spiritual. Now the more that we concentrate on our physical, is the more we are less connected with our spiritual. Now the mental is what connects the two. Now the system don't attack your body, they attack your mental. Because when they attack your mental, it affects your body. You watch TV, it advertisement, you need to get that sneakers, that shoes, you need to eat a burger, you need to eat the biggest chicken, you need to eat. Now, are these things good for our body? Who cares? The system don't care. It starts with you. Our job, our calling is to teach each individual to build on their spirituality. It's to build on your spirituality. Your spirit is forever. Your body, you might live 2,000 years. You will die because your body have a limit. But if you die without your mental connecting to your spiritual will be lost forever. And I believe this with all my heart and with all my mental. Right? So my first job is to help my brothers and sisters to touch into your spiritual. Touch into your spiritual. I say this by making my first job in this teaching to make you understand how your spirit works. Right? Your spirit could only be controlled by your mental. God don't even control your spirit because he gave you a choice. Because if he had controlled your spirit, then you wouldn't be doing any bad. So then who control your spirit? You control your spirit. The devil don't control your spirit, as some says. No demon control your spirit, as some says. No man control your spirit, as some says. You have the power to control your spirit by your mental. So if you are not strong mentally, or if you don't overstand mentally, then your spirit will never be touched with. And as we say in our gathering and our little community with love, is that when you understand, you have knowledge. When you overstand, you have wisdom. So when you hear me using the word understand, I'm speaking about knowledge. When I speak of overstand, I'm speaking about wisdom. Right? It's not new words. It's words in the dictionary. It's now the overstanding that we have is that everything around us is physical. Meaning that there's a limit. And the question I will ask you is, why are we interested in our physical more than our spiritual? And the funny thing about this is, the more you deal with your physical, is the less your spiritual growth is increased. The more you deal with your spiritual, is the more your physical increase.